I had a kind of Rossuian vision of the world that I think the way to make the world more just and more interesting is for people to be better educated. Sure, they've tried to treat me and WikiLeaks in a corrupt manner, in violation of all sorts of laws and stuff, but nonetheless, they have lost all the major confrontations. How is it possible that from the situation of me being detained in this embassy with more than $12 million in police, £12 million of police surveillance alone around the embassy, 100 full-time police, GCHQ, and all these other elements of state, that they keep losing because they're incompetent? The cohesiveness of that establishment power structure is maintained by secrecy. They perceive it is maintained by secrecy and that it is maintained by fear. And part of that fear is whenever that establishment says, we're going to arrest you, we're going to arrest you, that person is arrested. So you see, for example, in this Chelsea Manning case, terrible case. But, okay, we say, look how unjust you've treated, look how unjustly this person has been treated. This is absolutely scandalous and outrageous that this person has been treated like that. Found the US government. Even the US government's own courts, even the military court, formally found that he'd been illegally punished. So if you like, civil society is saying that, journalists are saying that. At the same time, that's precisely what the US government wants people to say. It doesn't care about things to be just. It cares about having people scared of it. It wants to induce fear. And so people go, oh, look at this poor person, how they're being treated. And then the government also goes, yeah, we are treating them really badly. We're treating them really bad. And if you think you want to do something similar, well, that's how you're going to end up treated really badly. It was discovered that they were upstairs.
Yeah.
Where's the little boy gone?
He has his toy. a real issue of an attack on democratic rights, which is so profoundly important that they're silencing someone whose only crime is to tell the truth.
Well, we've come to defend Julian Assange, who's being tortured for telling the truth about our government's crimes. And meanwhile, the criminals who got us into these illegal wars are still in power.
We heard that he's absolutely still in a terrible condition in Belmarsh, which is unbelievable.
I've come here to show support for a distinguished fellow journalist and someone whose one crime is free journalism. And as a journalist myself for many years, and actually as a friend of Julian Assange as well, I'm here to support him.
Obviously it's been very difficult to see Julian here, and to make our way through the prison to get to him was quite shocking and difficult. He does not deserve to be in a supermax prison. He has never committed a violent act. He's an innocent person. He hasn't access to a library, computer, any information. He's really cut off from everybody. He hasn't been able to speak to his children. And public support is very important.
He needs to be protected. We cannot let the United States and the UK and all the other acolytes of the evil empire incarcerate this great man and kill him, which is what they will do.
Julian Assange has performed an enormous service to all the people in the world who treasure the values of freedom and democracy, and who therefore demand the right to know what their elected representatives are doing. And for that very reason, he's one of the most dangerous criminals on the face of the earth, pursued with savagery by the rulers of the free and democratic societies. And there's a reason. There is a basic principle of government